Today on Tracey's Basement, we're doing the Music Define tag. Welcome back to the basement. Welcome to the channel if you've never been here before. Today we are doing a tag called Music Define, which is pretty interesting and different. You know, it's something more personal, something that's more about us rather than, you know, collectibles and that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's nice to do a tag that lets you know more about us as people rather than just, you know, all the stuff we accumulate.
Exactly. We were tagged by our good buddy Dave at Everyday Geek. Awesome fellow, we've mentioned him before on the channel, does all kinds of toy hauls and unboxings and vlogs and all kinds of awesome stuff, so check out his channel if you are interested. Quick side note too, if I sound and look a little bit off, I'm feeling a little bit under the weather today, but I still wanted to do this tag, so bear with me. So the first question in the tag is, what is your preferred music genre? Me personally, I think I like at least one song from every genre that exists, but I would say, if I had to say what I listen to the most, probably country and or hard rock.
Yeah, if I had to pick a favorite genre, I have pretty eclectic. Like, I used, you know, and everybody used to be when they were teenagers, you could all be a bit of a music snob, you know what I mean? So, oh, your genre, oh, you listen to that? Oh, that's stupid, you're an idiot. You know, childhood insults. And then as I get older and older, I realize I really just don't care. Like, my give a crap factor of what I listen to and enjoy is just right down, right? I'll listen to anything.
It doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, but if I had to pick a favorite one, it definitely would have to be 80s rock. You know, I love the classics. I love AC/DC and stuff like that. I love all the old hair bands and everything too, and the cheesy glam rock and everything. I love that stuff. Not a big fan of country, with a few exceptions. Not a big fan of rap, with a few exceptions. But yeah, 80s rock by far. But like I said, I'll listen to anything. I was drunk the other night and I danced like an idiot to Cheap Thrills by Sia, and I was like, I don't care, because like, I don't need no money.
You know it's good when the kid starts rolling her eyes.
Oh yeah, that's great. I love that feeling.
Question number 2 is, what is your most memorable and meaningful song? Now, I could go ahead and be real cute and cheesy and say our wedding song, which was Me and You by Kenny Chesney. But I'm going to go with, just for fun, Zombie by the Cranberries.
Oh, that's a good one. I never even thought of that one.
Specifically because that was the first song I ever learned to play on guitar.
Cool. I'm not the kind of person who usually gets very sentimental about a song, you know, and I decided I wouldn't use our wedding song or nothing either. You know, and there's all the other great songs, and like songs that like so many people have attachments to, like Glory Days, you know, so many people are hugely attached to Glory Days because we can all relate to it, right? You know, I love songs like I Want It All and Show Must Go On by Queen. But I'm not really sentimental about songs, so instead I decided to tell you a little story. So, when we were getting married, Tracey wanted me involved in a lot of the decisions, right, that normally I wouldn't make. Like, I did make decisions during the wedding, but hey. But, you know, the music thing, because I know her family is just so country. They're all just so invested in country, and I can't stand like 99% of country. It's all twanging on the guitar about how your dog ran away and your wife scratched your car and all that junk, and it's all the same. So Tracey wanted me to pick a song, so I thought about it and I went with The Stroke by Billy Squier. Stroke me, say you're a winner, maybe just a sinner now.
Vetoed.
Yeah, so she never asked me again to pick a song for the wedding. So
that got him out of decisions for the rest of the.
I guess she just didn't want us slow dancing up in front of everyone to stroke me. So in front of her parents.
Nice, very nice. Number 3 is, what are your top 5 albums? Which is a weird one for me because I never really listened that much to albums. just songs, whatever songs came on the radio that I loved. So I made a list of 5 albums that I actually owned, that I loved. These may not be the greatest albums of all time or anything, they're just albums that I personally listened to a lot growing up. So I chose The Chase by Garth Brooks. Shush.
He's one of the country I don't mind. Older Garth Brooks songs aren't bad.
I love Garth Brooks.
I think it was, what's the name of the album? In Pieces.
That was a good one too.
I think I actually had that. Well, it was my mom's.
So that one, I chose Americana by The Offspring, which my cousin introduced me to. Enema of the State by Blink-182. I listened to so much Blink-182.
You liked all that pop punk back in the day.
I really did. Inhuman Rampage by Dragon Force, and Nimrod by Green Day. Listened to those a lot.
Okay. Not much of a story for each one, eh?
No, not much of a story. A little bit eclectic, maybe. The one country one at the beginning.
Deep and meaningful.
Yeah, no, I never really collected a lot of albums or anything like that. I just listened to a wide variety.
None of us collected albums right here. None of us had any money.
True.
I'm assuming like greatest hits compilations and other compilations don't count as the albums and stuff, right?
I'm assuming.
Yeah, because I mean, like I said, like half of my favorite Journey songs are on one album, half are on another one. So I wouldn't pick Journey because I listened to their greatest hits album, and if we were picking compilations, Big Shiny Tunes 3, of course, Much Music. So yeah, like she said, this was a weird question for me too because I wasn't really a big album person either. In fact, like we had very little money growing up, and whatever CDs we had, we got from the Columbia House Records deal. So every now and then I might get one.
A lot of our albums too were mixtapes.
Yeah, I was just about to say that most of my songs and stuff that I would listen to going out and stuff like that in the Walkman, the old tape Walkman, were mixtapes off the radio, which the start and the end of the song was always ruined by the radio announcer, and I hated it, and they still do it to this day. You think they would get enough hate by now to let the song play? Like, who talks during Stairway to Heaven? You know what I mean? Who talks during Stairway to Heaven?
Morons.
But anyway, yeah, and you know what? There's so many albums that are important, but there's so many bands that I love that all of my favorite songs from them, though, are spread across multiple albums. So I've got a list here that kind of, like, and, there's the classic albums and stuff like that, and like Queen Night at the Opera, right, and stuff like that, but all my favorite Queen songs are spread across multiple albums, so I didn't want to choose that. So, first one on the list I went with, and I went with something that I listen to more today than I did back in the past, is Boston, self-titled album from the 70s. Just because, like, Boston, they're a great band, and every song on that album is excellent. It's every song on that album still gets regular radio play today. They, Foreplay, Long Time, More Than a Feeling, all great songs. Second one I wanted to go with was an album I listened to a lot in the past, and it was Spice Girls. No, I'm just kidding with that one. No, but I was at the right age though. I will admit I did have a wicked thing for Ginger Spice. My hormones were going wild. No, it was the Color and the Shape by the Foo Fighters. Foo Fighters had their breakthrough album, and Dave Grohl, he went on after Kurt Cobain passed away in Nirvana, and he really showed us how versatile he was in the music industry. But I thought The Color and the Shape was when the Foo Fighters really, really picked up. Monkey Wrench, I still listen to Monkey Wrench. I still love Monkey Wrench, right? Everlong, stuff like that. All great songs. I wanted to pick another one from my past, it's not something I really listen to now. In fact, I could care less about the album now, but I just wanted to show it to my past, and there was quite a few from my past that I could have mentioned that I don't really listen to now, like Offspring Smash. I admittedly really, really got hooked on Alanis Morissette's Jagged Little Pill.
That was a good one. I could have had that on my list.
You could have had that. But the one I went with was Bush X, 16 Stone. I listened to that a lot. That was back before they had to change their name to Bush.
Yeah.
And I listened to that album a lot. For the most part, I could care less about it now. But songs like "Calm Down" and "Machine Head" and all that stuff, I listened to that quite a bit.
Yeah, actually.
So I wanted to put that on the list. Number 2 is Green Day's "Dookie." This was the album that really introduced me to the alternative music scene. I was really young at the time, and I remember. I got it for a birthday present at a party, and we put it on, and just let all the foul language blare through the house with my mom in the kitchen. We were stage diving off the couch and holding each other up. That's actually the same year I got smashed by Offspring, did the same thing. But yeah, Green Day "Dookie." When I Come Around, Basket Case, all that good stuff. It was an excellent album through and through, start to finish, and I really, really loved it. But for my number 1 album, and it's an album I listened to then and I still listen to today, and I still think it's probably this band's greatest album of all time. I love the whole album from start to finish. It's Guns N' Roses' "Appetite for Destruction."
Very good choice.
I love that. I love every song on it. And every time Guns N' Roses comes on the radio or something like that, I always have to sing it in a bad Axl Rose impression, because if you don't sing Guns N' Roses in a bad Axl Rose impression, you're doing it wrong. Oh, Rose, reach out of mine. Take me down to the paradise city where the grass is green and the girls are pretty. Oh, won't you please take me home, yeah.
Fun fact, when our daughter was an infant, she used to fall asleep gently to the dulcet tones of Axl Rose.
Oh yeah,
our daughter, the strangest thing.
Our daughter loved her Guns N' Roses as a wee baby, so put her right to sleep. All the music be on the radio in the car or something like that, she'd be wide awake. And the second Axl Rose came on,
every time,
completely counterintuitive to Axl Rose's voice, she went right out. It lulled her to sleep.
Whatever works, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so question number 4 is, what is your favorite band or artist? I have kind of an odd one. Right now, at least, my favorite is Dragon Force.
You do listen to them a lot lately.
I do listen to them a lot lately, and basically the reasoning is I have a bit of an anxiety problem, and where most people would listen to soft classical music, I find that just makes me think more. Whereas Dragon Force has so much going on, it turns my brain off. I'm just listening to the music, you know what I mean? So yeah, I just, when I discovered that, basically, I was listening to a Dragon Force song one day, and I just kind of zoned out, and it calmed me down, and so I went and I found as much Dragon Force as I could, and I listened to a lot of it.
Oh, come on, we all know you found Dragon Force through Guitar Hero 3.
This is true. That was the first song that kicked it all off, was Through the Fire and the Flames.
Yeah. Well, you know my favorite band.
I know your favorite band.
What's my favorite band? Queen, without question. I love Queen, and that's I didn't put them on my favorite albums because, like I said, my favorite Queen songs are spread across so many albums because they did so many albums. And
they have so many amazing songs.
I love everything Queen. They brought us the Bohemian Rhapsody. Like I said earlier, I Want It All and Show Must Go On, stuff like that. I love all those too. I even love Flush. I just love Queen. I think they're so entertaining. Freddie Mercury was a big loss to the music industry.
Oh, yeah. One of the biggest showmen of all time.
Oh yeah, he always put on a show. It was, I don't know, they're just fun to watch. I even their tribute concert where they got back then, where they got all different artists to perform covers of all their songs. Loved it.
that was an amazing concert.
Yeah, I just loved it. Go check it out if you ever get the chance to find it. And yeah, Queen. I listen to Queen almost every day. That's
true.
Like I said, I'm not a huge, music person. I always have to be surrounded by music or anything like that. But Queen is my exception. I listen to them every day. Under Pressure, all that good stuff. I just love Queen.
And last but not least, number 5 is, what is the first album you ever remember buying or getting? And the first album that I owned was a cassette tape. I had a Walkman, which we already mentioned, one of those crappy old thick Walkmans. And I used to just listen to my parents' stuff, but then my dad bought me Tiffany's Greatest Hits from 1996. And so that was my first album that I owned. That was mine. And I listened to it steady. Steady.
First album that I ever owned was the storybook telling of Gremlins on record. No, I'm assuming that doesn't count. First one I remember getting, and I don't know. I don't know if soundtracks would count either. I guess, but the first screw it, I don't care. First one I remember getting was my aunt taking me around the flea market and getting the Wayne's World soundtrack on cassette for like $2 at the time, $1, $2 or something like that.
Not bad.
And and Wayne's World had a great soundtrack too, right? And I love that movie too. But if I had to choose an actual album, it might have been Dookie actually.
Yeah.
So
that would probably be about the age that we
it was started. About 94 or something like that. It came out, right, or somewhere around there. In grade 4 or something like that. Just getting into my I can curse stage and stuff like that. So and Much Music was big at the time for us there. So album wise it might have been Dookie, in which I got Offspring Smash at the same time. But the first one I remember getting was the Wayne's World soundtrack on cassette. So.
I'm going with the Wayne's World soundtrack. I'm calling that good.
Yeah, I'm going with that too then. Wayne's World, not the Gremlins book.
Okay, so now we have to tag 5 more people. Who are we going to start with? I'm
going to start with Jay and Nikki over at Unboxing Rocks because I know they'll have a bunch of answers that make me happy.
We'll tag the Lawn Gnome because he is big into music and he does a lot of music-related stuff on his channel.
Yes, he does. I'm going to do my buddy John at New York Nerd because he gave me crap for a shout-out recently, so I definitely got to hit him up with a good shout-out. So, yeah, I'm tagging you, John.
I'm going to tag Funko J because we recently fell in love with his channel and I'm just interested to see what he's going to come up with. And
we're going to tag Julius Nerdy Obsessions because... I've been watching a few of them, and there's been a lot of old rock and stuff like that, and classic albums like Black Sabbath, Paranoid, and things like that. But Julie's just so happy and cute and bubbly, and I want to see what cute and bubbly answer she has.
You guys are tagged. Get to it. So that was the Music Defined tag. I hope you guys had fun learning a little bit more about us personally as people. What are your musical tastes? What are your favorite bands, your favorite songs, all that kind of thing? Let us know in the comment section below. We'd love to hear about it. If you've enjoyed the video, please give us a big thumbs up, share with your friends, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Jason at TB at Twitter and Snapchat. Tracey's Basement at Instagram for both of us. Tracey's Basement at Twitter, Facebook, and Snapchat for me. And as always, keep coming back for more Tracey's Basement. Bye!
And after all, you're my wonder wall.
Ow.
You remember Oasis? Jeez. Get down, and move it all around. Back streets back, alright!
And this is the part where you guys can give me some love. If you liked the video and you want to watch some more, here are some of the more recent ones, and if you enjoy the channel, please give me a big thumbs up, subscribe right below, please keep coming back for more videos. Bye!